Welcome back. You're watching Lunch Money. Moving from here on, Mahindra Logistics is a stock in focus as it delivered a steady fourth quarter. The stock is down almost 0.7%. Profits were up by around 70% as well. Let's bring in Sarkari, CEO at Mahindra Logistics, to take us through their fourth quarter numbers and their growth plans going ahead. In fact, welcome to the show. To start off with, firstly, a strong quarter for the company this time around. Specifically, if we look at the operating profit, that has shown a strong growth. What has worked for the company this time around?
So, as I've been saying, we must view the Mahindra Logistics results on a year-to-date basis rather than from a quarter-to-quarter basis. But having said that, yes, there were a few reasons for the growth stagnating in the second and third quarter due to the implementation of large policy changes that were there, like GST, etc., and customers were kind of not clear as to how they want to give out their new contracts, etc. So we saw quite a bit of contracts coming in the last quarter of this year. One must also understand that we had a large one-time consulting exercise in Mahindra Logistics whose fees were large in the last quarter of last year, and therefore this year they were very small, and that was the last tranche compared. So that comparative also needs to be taken into account when you look at the EBITDA growth fourth quarter of last year over this year. Having said that, moving onwards, we will not be having any consulting charge in our P&L account. So a combination of more business, expansion of gross margins and reduction of consultancy fees has seen the EBITDA margins grow.
Right, so that's in terms of where overall, performance is concerned. If I'm looking at the transportation revenue, that is something that actually contributes significantly as well to the non-Mahindra business. What is the sort of mix you are targeting going ahead, and how is that expected to impact your margins?
So the industry on the whole in India has 90% transportation and 10% what we call value-added services, which includes warehousing. At Mahindra, we are at about 84-16. Specifically, in our non-Mahindra business, our share of warehousing is as high as 22%. So we are looking at continuously increasing our warehousing share in the non-Mahindra business. Clearly, post-GST, the focus will be on large format warehouses which can cater to more than one state, as was not happening earlier. Earlier it was always one go down, one state distribution, but post GST it's consolidation, much larger warehouse and then distribution to more than one state. And that's where the margin expansion is also possible, because we are going to be able to reduce cost in warehousing as well as distribution.
Right. Mr. Sarkari, overall, if we talk in terms of where the warehousing business is concerned, what are the key growth drivers going to be in FY19, and any new tech or services which could actually boost revenues on that front?
Absolutely. So technology is going to play a very, very important role. As you start running large format warehouses, there is no way you can do optimization and efficiency without technology. So it is very, very critical that it is not just the physical storage of goods, but also being able to give visibility to the end customer who is placing his order. And that is only possible through technology. So today, the distributors who place orders on the OEMs want to see whether those goods are available at the nearest warehouse. And that's what technology provides, visibility to the person who is placing the order. And order to cash management becomes very, very critical in logistics, and this can only be possible through robust technology that is put into both the transportation and warehousing of your business.
Right, so that's in terms of warehousing as well. But moving from there on, something which has really impacted the logistics space is the IVA Bill. If you could just help us understand what has been the impact of the IVA Bill on your business, and what is the future impact that you're expected to see post full implementation?
In fact, we are, as an organization, very happy with the way IVA Bill has got implemented. It was important for it to get implemented in the right way, and therefore the government has done the right thing in taking its time in implementing it. But now that it is implemented, I must tell you that at Mahindra Logistics, we have in 1 month already got 3 lakh IVA bills that have been put in place, and we have not seen any kind of disruption. In fact, we see much smoother rolling of inventory. And this is possible because now the IVA Bill creation control is with us at the origin, rather than what it was earlier when the receiver of the goods was creating the road permits. And therefore we are very optimistic that this will really reduce the inefficiencies that were created because of the state permit era earlier.
Right. And very lastly, if you could just help us understand, with everything said and done, what is the outlook looking like in terms of FY19, and which are the key growth drivers that we could be watching out for?
So as you know, FY18 has been a very good year for Mahindra Logistics. 3 milestones that we have achieved. Top line, we have achieved $500 million revenue. Our PBT has grown to more than 100 crores, and we have given out our first dividend post IPO of 15%. And we look at continuing this momentum in the next couple of years.
Right. All right, Mr. Sarkari. Pleasure speaking to you, and thank you for sharing all the details as well. The stock, however, is trading under pressure with cuts of around 0.7% coming in there. But if you could just quickly pull up a YTD or a 1-year chart to understand the kind of uptick probably that we could have seen. But logistics have been a space which have been in focus. They go 13 to 14% of an upside. But completely out of time. With that, it's a wrap on this edition of Lunch Money. News and updates continue on the other side. Please stay tuned.